We're live.
I know.
Okay.
I know. I really want to take my time. I want to ease into this thing.
I like it.
When the prices are up, they give me more leeway.
That is
Welcome
true.
to Bit Boy Crypto, home of the BitSquad, the largest and greatest and up-to-datest crypto community in all the interwebs. My name is Ben. Every day on this channel, I show you how to make money in crypto. If you like money and you like crypto, make sure to go ahead and smash that like button. Did y'all see that dance? I saw your comments about my mariachi dancing yesterday. I saw them. Come to you live every single day at 11:42 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. It is Thursday, October 28th. Also, thank you for all the birthday wishes yesterday. It was a very special day. It's 75 degrees here, but it doesn't feel that hot in here.
Feels good.
Feels good in here. What I would say is we're late today specifically because I was having lunch with my son. His birthday is this weekend, and so I went and had lunch with him. Got out of there just in time, and here we are. So that was good. Got to do that. So yeah, what's going on with crypto? The price is back up, huh?
A little bit.
Like a $2,000 candle earlier.
Yeah.
So vet ain't doing nothing. That's a comment from somebody. A lot of people asking about Shiba today. Now, I'll tell you this. Somebody said, how about them Braves? Yeah, we lost the game. It's okay. We're going to sweep at home and win the series. No big deal. But a lot of people asking about Shiba today. Now, I had a friend who actually texted me this morning who's kind of newer to crypto, and he texted me. And I think it's always good when I can tell you guys what I'm telling my personal friends so you know it lines up what I tell you guys. The text said, hey, what do you think about buying into Shiba right now?
Always.
I said, no, don't do it. Look, and this is nothing towards Shiba. I had people on TikTok asking, thank you to all our Twitch viewers in the basement, YouTube as always, and then, of course, our TikTok viewers. Are we on Facebook Live these days, too?
We are on Facebook Live.
Facebook
200
Live.
people
Welcome,
there.
welcome, boomers. Welcome, Farmville Dons, Farmville Mafia. Welcome. Here's what I would say. This is nothing personal towards Shiba, okay? Do not ever buy anything at an all-time high. And if we were to pull up the chart on Shiba right now, which it is now in the number 10 spot, so insane.
Wow.
But if you look at Shiba, and if we were to go to the year-to-date on Shiba, I want you guys to notice something, okay? Every time the price runs, there's a dramatic fall afterwards, okay? This one wasn't as dramatic, but it did drop. Let's see, what was it? Well, I'll pull this up so you guys can see it a little better. Let's zoom in a little bit here. Okay, there we go. If you go all the way back here, it looked like the price dropped, the peak 37. The price dropped 37, 60% during this pump back in April. Following this, we had a pump on, this was up to 3389. The price dropped 7 into 33, like 75%. Okay. You come here, you look at the last one. Okay. The price dropped not as bad, but it still dropped 50%. Okay. Still dropped 50%. Or maybe it's 35%, depending on whether you're measuring it up or down. And here, right now, where the price got and where it is now, it's pretty close. It did drop all the way from 82 to 26. If you had gotten it down here at 0.00006144, maybe not that bad to jump in, to be honest with you, after a dip like that. But now with it back, within 10% of its all-time high again, or somewhere thereabouts, it's just not a good strategy to buy near the tops. It's just not. So a lot of people were asking about this. So
I've got it for the Q&A.
Yeah, I don't know why I'm trying to answer questions right now. But I just think a lot of people are interested in Shiba right now. And I'm telling you what I tell people, what I tell personal friends. No, do not buy Shiba right now. I am fine. Look, this is a top 10 coin now. So if you want a position in Shiba, that's fine. I say do it at this point. I say get it. Get it. If you want a position in Shiba, get it. Wait for a good entry. Wait till it drops down, like another 20 to 25%, because I'm sure it probably will. So Lynn Beaumont says, got liquidated on my Shiba short, just opened another short on Shiba. I mean, I would say I would definitely prefer opening shorts over longs on Shiba at this moment. So
I'd just be careful with that in general. We were talking about that
Shorting?
in the office. Shorting Shib specifically,
Yes.
or meme coins.
Yeah.
Like,
I wouldn't do it.
you think you've got a good something pumps, you think, oh, it's going to retrace, I'll try to short it. And they're just very hard to predict because there's a lot of different things that drive the price up.
This is not a great time to be shorting the market.
No.
In general.
Yeah.
So right now you want to be mostly longing. After May, you could have been shorting. I wouldn't have had a problem with that. But, and in the bear market, we're going to want to short. We'll show you how to short in the bear market. But right now, we're definitely back in a bull surge. So shorting is not the best thing.
What else pumped today?
What? We'll get there. Look, first, 1.33 million subscribers. Thank you to everybody for that. We got a new profile picture. Look at that. Look how sexy.
Look at Smiley over there. He looks so happy.
620,000 followers. Don't forget about our meetup next Friday night at the Venetian. Also, we will be, I will, if I do go to go to Houston next week, if the Braves have a chance to clinch there, I will be going. We talked about doing some kind of impromptu meetup. If you're in Houston, I want you to go ahead and be thinking about where would we do it at? And it has to be in the daytime because the games are at night and I would only be there on the nights of the games. So, I don't know, would do it somewhere like 2:00 in the afternoon might be best. I'll have my kids with me. So it'll have to be somewhere kid friendly. I have both my boys with me. So, and a friend. So I'm taking my good luck charm, Brian, with me. 2.7 million followers on TikTok. Thank you for that. 318,000 on Instagram, 2,800 on the personal Instagram where I take photos from Braves games and stuff like that. And real quick, I do want to say, guys, I did not do our 3-minute crypto wrap-up video last night. This was shocking news to the channel. I got in a car accident last night.
Oh.
So, yeah, I got in a car accident. So, on my birthday, this idiot hit me. What a dummy. He ran a red light and hit me. My truck, totally fine. If I was on the Lambo, I'd be in a bad spot. Destroyed his car. It was an Altima. So, he ran a red light. So, I was dealing with that last night and then, got home. And obviously, after dealing with that, my son was in the car. I didn't really want to have to make a video last night. So, we'll be back on those tonight. So, all right, Bitcoin coming in 61.2. Overall market cap at 2.5 trillion, almost 2.6 trillion. But look at that volume, $174 billion worth of volume. That is
wow,
very high. We're approaching the volume numbers that we were back in April. Bitcoin dominance dropping again, 44.7%. ETH 19.0%. For 81 Paraguays, you guys can send an ETH transaction. Let's look here at the Ethereum at 41.68. Ethereum held extremely tough over this dump.
Mm-hmm.
So very interesting. Binance Coin almost back to $500. Cardano still struggling. XRP still struggling. But look, XRP up 3.55%. Cardano up 2.15%. Solana back under $200. Dogecoin up 31%.
Yeah.
And this is interesting because I would say this is probably people taking profits on Shib and rolling them into Dogecoin. Would you agree?
Could be, yeah. I mean, makes sense.
So this is kind of like a little micro altcoin season in a way. So,
yeah.
Or it shows you, it's an example of how it works. Things go up, people pull the profits, put in other stuff. Biggest gainers of the day, Dogecoin, Curve. Hey, Curve was one of my picks on my, where's my Coin League? Let me pull that up. Let's see how my Coin League is doing. Let's see, Coin League, coinleague.com. You guys can check it out.
Well, didn't you do an hour-long game, though?
Oh, was it an hour?
Yeah.
Was it an hour? Assets. So I got $20 in assets, my games. Let's see, ended. Let's see how I did. Did I win? I got third place. Third place. Look at that. Pretty good. Third place. XRP multiplier. We had Curve on. So yeah. So let me see if I can claim this here. Claim my winnings. So in a 10-person league, 3 teams get awarded. Hey, how about that? My first one ever, I got third place.
Not bad.
And first place was 12%. I was at 8% gain. So you guys want to check out Coin League. A lot of people got into Coin League yesterday.
Yeah, it's cool.
Coin League is really fun. So
it is.
Right.
And once you get on those hour-long games, 4-hour games, you get hooked on it pretty quick.
Yeah.
It's fun. Just like fantasy sports.
That's right.
Living Legend Q&A. What kind of returns can we expect next bull run if we invest near the bottom of the bear market? 50x or more?
Well, it depends on what coin, but I'd say 50x is probably a pretty good example. I mean, if you look at maybe more. I mean, if you look at Cardano from where it was at 5 cents to getting at $3, that's a 60x gain. It was at 5 cents forever. It lived there during a bear market. That was his little hibernation hole, 5 cents. So that's why we really preach to you guys, like, look, get your gains while you can get them in this bull run, but the big money is next year.
Let me ask, you do subscribe to diminishing returns on the bull cycles, correct?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. So you guys know me and Benjamin Cowan disagree about this, the lengthening cycles. I don't think we're going to see it. He thinks we're going to see it. That basically has been confirmed to me by who we're now calling Mr. X. Mr. X says, no way that's happening. Says this thing is over by the end of the year. We're moving to deflation. These are all things that we've been told by Mr. X, if you will. And I believe what he says. We don't have it confirmed 100% yet, but we will be, that's what we believe we're going to see. And so I think the lengthening cycles is going to be a narrative that people are going to get wrecked on. But the diminishing returns that Benjamin has subscribed to, I think that's obvious. I mean, he's gone in depth. He has great research on it. But I think the diminishing returns are very obvious that we're not going to see, Bitcoin's not going to 100x every cycle forever.
Right.
So we will get diminishing returns, but they're not necessarily, like super low returns. I mean, it's not like we're going,
right.
But from the previous all-time high in 2014 to the all-time high in 2017 for Bitcoin, that was like a 17.8x, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what this one is going to, from the previous all-time high to the new all-time high was a 17.8x. I think this one, we're looking more like a 5x to a 6x from the previous all-time high of $20,000. And then in the next cycle, I think we're only be looking at a 2.5x from the all-time high. We're going to have about a 250K in the next cycle. However, that doesn't sound exciting, right? You're like, oh, 2.5x. How lame. That's from the top of the market though.
Right.
So if Bitcoin drops down to, let's say it drops down to $25,000, which I think it could drop lower. If it drops down to $25,000 in the bear market, that's a 10x. So
right.
Still very good.
Well, and also still lots of opportunities, even with the diminishing returns, for you to make life-changing money, not just with Bitcoin, but plenty of other coins and projects that'll be coming out in the meantime.
And these diminishing returns are for Bitcoin. We don't know yet for the altcoins how that's going to play out.
So long answer short, yes, 50x is plausible if you make good buys at the bottom of the next cycle.
Can you move that real quick so I see the chat? Amp says Mr. X has not been accurate so far. At literally every single thing he says has been accurate, except for the timeline on XRP that we're a little late behind, which, like I said, I know a lot of stuff about that now. I know why it's going on. So there are things that change from time to time, but he called the bottom of the market. He told you where all the Bitcoin mining was going to in Kazakhstan. He was the one that helped me develop this narrative of don't sell your Bitcoin, don't sell your Ethereum in that dip. So yeah, I think he's been right about literally everything except for one tiny detail. September 28th number was me. I came up with that 2 years ago.
Right. And that was based on the golden bull ratio.
Golden Bitcoin bull ratio, which is somewhat broken now, but I think it's still going to be pretty accurate.
Yeah. Anthony Bertay, super chat. Why hasn't Litecoin approached its all-time high from May like other large cap coins have?
I'm just going to say it. Litecoin's not sexy.
Yeah.
Litecoin is not sexy. No one is saying, except for Tom Crown, I want to go jump into Litecoin right now. I think we have seen the peak of Litecoin, not the peak price, but we've seen the peak of sentiment on Litecoin. I believe we saw it in the last bull cycle. So, and it was pretty high sentiment even the early bear market. But Litecoin will hit an all-time high. It's just not sexy. It's not, who wakes up and says, I want to go roll all my profits in Litecoin? Nobody says that. So
perfect. JR in the chat on that last subject says there's always new projects to make money.
Absolutely.
Off of, which is true. Hacked Phoenix from the basement. Weekend pump or weekend dump?
I'm going to say weekend pump. I believe we are going to see the options expire tomorrow. Mm-hmm. It's the last one of the month, which is usually the biggest one.
It's huge. It's $3 billion or something like that.
So here is I was having a conversation about this today with Mr. X, and I asked him, I was like, why does it seem like when Bitcoin is bearish that we are seeing absolute destruction of Bitcoin on those options expiring? However, when it seems to have momentum, it's not like they push Bitcoin up. You know, well, that's not the goal of these option expirations. The goal of the options expirations, why you see it, it's support. So yes, when things are bearish, they use that as FUD. Like options are expiring, everybody thinks it's going down to push the price down. It was what we saw in May and June and July, or the beginning of July. But what you see in the bullish times is the settling of support on these Fridays. So that's why it's really important to pay attention to where these things expire at, because those become very strong levels of support for the next week.
There you go. Is the money in meme coins going to prevent Bitcoin from reaching higher highs at the top of the cycle?
Absolutely not, because no institutions are investing in meme coins.
There you go.
I believe that's true. I'll get confirmation on that later, I'm sure.
Will coming deflation lead to potentially lower prices on coins during the bear market?
I believe so. And this is something I've talked about before that I believe we're going to see. I think we could be in for the worst bear market of all time. You hear this narrative, yeah, it's barely going to drop. Well, during times of inflation, which we've been going through, which, by the way, do we have the Kathy Wood story today? Did we put that up?
I'm not sure.
Kathy Woods is saying exactly what I'm saying. She's saying, it's weird everybody's talking about inflation because I don't see it. I don't see it continuing. And I was also told by Mr. X back in the late summer that we were going to see, and I talked about this on the stream several times, we were going to see inflation become the biggest buzzword you had ever heard during the fall. And so you guys are seeing this. They're talking about inflation in next year, crazy inflation, catastrophic inflation. You're seeing it peppered from every point, right? But they're going to rug pull that out from under you, okay? That's the plan. They want you thinking about inflation as we head into deflation. So if you go back to the pandemic when it began, one of the reasons why Bitcoin rose so fast was because Bitcoin was going up and the value of the dollar was going down. So the momentum swing between those were pushing each further direction. Well, I mean, I don't think Bitcoin is necessarily pushing the dollar down, but when it comes to deflation, now we're going to have crypto prices going down and we're going to have the value of the dollar going up. So I think the same thing we saw in the early pandemic for the price going up a Bitcoin, in the bear market, we should see the opposite. And this is why it does not pay to hodl. This is why it pays to, at least on some level, attempt to time the top and the bottom of the market. 2 times every 4 years, you buy and sell. You can dollar cost average, of course, both ways. But in general, if you just sell within 20 or 30% of the bottom from the top, and you buy 20 to 30% from the bottom, you're going to crush it. So when we talk about a terrible bear market, that should excite you because you're already in. The people that should really scare are the people that are going to come in when Bitcoin is $85,000 to $90,000, which would be the vast majority of people.
Exactly. Yeah, there's big potential in the future.
We've got 11,632 viewers. We've got the worst like ratio we've ever had, 1,869. That's like a 15% like ratio. You can do us a favor. Please help me pick up my confidence. I'm lacking in confidence today. And just smash the like button. If you're watching on mobile, exit out of the live chat, hit the like button, then come back. Smart TV, bottom left-hand corner of your screen. More actions, more options. And then make sure to hit react. And then like, I just noticed that while I say bottom left-hand corner of the screen, that the area I'm pointing to is the bottom right-hand corner. How about that? Oh, no. Oh, can't even see it. Hang on. Okay. Good run. Here we go.
Charts.
Ben is my rain, my sun, my muse.
By the way, if you want to pull up that story, we might have some extra time before our guests. That is on the Trello card from yesterday's stream at the bottom.
Well, I can Google it and find it. Or I can pre-search it.
Research it.
Yeah, that's right. We're supposed to be working with pre-search. European Union using pre-search, I hear. Okay, all right, let's go into the charts here. We got the Newpol. Newpol's taken a little bit of a dive here recently, which is actually pretty good news.
Yeah.
We don't want that thing getting overheated. Stock to flow deflection, we've been really getting closer to this. I said, what are people going to say when the stock to flow number or chart gets back to even and then bounces back down? Because that's what's going to happen probably. I think if we were to pull up the stock to flow chart, I'll be completely honest with you. You guys know I've said $100,000, and I've also told you the momentum could carry it a little bit further than that. Maybe it could go. Maybe it could go $10,000 to $20,000 above that, possibly, but not much higher. Well, I tell you what, a great target for Bitcoin will be. Great target would be exactly the median number of stock to flow. This would be in let's say the end of November. Let's see. We'll go 12/1. $107,886 dollars. That is the prescribed number, the median number for the stock to flow, where it should be on December 1st. That's a pretty good. Now, you know what I said? I said 108,000, I believe, didn't I? 108,000. That's exactly what that is. Pretty much. Well, I mean, it's off by $114. But I think we're going to see it bounce off of this line as resistance, and we will never go above this blue line again. And it makes sense if you look at, I mean, look back here at 2011. Look how high above, and this speaks to diminishing returns as well. Look how high above it gets. Then come over here to 2014. Look how high above the line it got. But now look at 2017. It barely got above the line. Now look, it looks like we're going to run into the line and bounce back down. And it makes sense, diminishing. So very interesting. Plan B, now I want you guys to remember this. Plan B's lowest possible price for Bitcoin, lowest possible top is $135,000. He will be wrong. I'm sorry, I hate to ruin your parade. He will be wrong on that one. He might stay true to form here. So he said at the end of the month, we would be at $63,000, and it looks like he's going to nail that one again. He's going to nail the next one possibly, but December he's not going to nail.
Yeah, I think it's 98 is what he's saying for the end of November.
Yeah. So that probably could be accurate. That could be the exact top, would be the next week. Okay. All right. Bitcoin itself, looking here at the charts. Oh, gosh. I need to close one of these because I need to get my market cipher pulled up. Market cipher B, market cipher A. Here we go. All right. So this is the daily chart for Bitcoin. Now, what's really interesting here when we're looking at the daily chart, like I talked about yesterday, is we were really looking for a green dot to pop up, and it appeared and then disappeared two days in a row, and we haven't seen that reappear. Well, I think we could be seeing it again here soon. I mean, we're going up. We're in momentum right now. I mean, I'm actually really interested as to why it didn't already pop up with a big green candle like that. So somebody said Shiba is going to nail Plan B. No, Plan B is what you need after that.
Oh boy,
that's what they say.
That's what they're saying in the basement for sure.
I know that's what they're saying over there. I wouldn't say it.
Yeah.
So here we are with Bitcoin. Let's look at how's the weekly doing. Look at that, 2 sideways action in a row, pretty much. Now, you know what's interesting? When you look at the weekly over here, we really didn't see anything like that near the top for Bitcoin this year so far. Well, this completely sideways action.
This was one thing that was interesting that they said. Somebody said in the chat they were talking about Ethereum when it hit its all-time highs. Where was it? Is it gone? I can't find it now. They were saying previously when Ethereum's approaching all-time highs is when Bitcoin tends to trail out, and then it kind of hovers for a little while, and then that's when it pops. And it was just saying the last 2 or 3 times it's been real consistent when right before Ethereum hits its all-time high. So it's interesting.
What's those Bitcoin maxi scammers? Let's see what is Ethereum doing right now. 4,200. Oh, look at this. That's a 4-hour chart. On the 4-hour chart, we just got this large green dot on market cipher A. Let's see what the last time we got that. Oh, look at this. The last time we got it was right here. Time before was right here. That's going back to the beginning of October. Now, we did have one right here that did result in this dip here. Look at that smiley face. We did get that. Then we had this one that led to a pretty big move. Big move, medium-sized move. Pretty much these green dots on market cipher A have been pretty dead on for Ethereum, with the exception of 1 or 2 that still ultimately resulted in higher prices. I mean, I guess that's going to be the case unless you're at all-time highs. Look for Ethereum right now. I mean, Ethereum could, in a matter of a day or 2, be at all-time highs, and then we might see that. I mean, the next time it gets to 4,000 is going to have to go up. Is Ben actually using the iPad? No, not right now.
No, it's not.
I will be using it again.
Yeah. It had a good run for a day and a half.
Well, BJ's back now. BJ is in charge of all of our live streaming. And he's back, and he had been gone for a while. So we had some problems. We couldn't get it fixed, but now we'll get it fixed. So
yeah,
I love BJ's. I mean, I don't know if you've ever had one or worked with one.
I have. Yeah. Very closely.
Yeah, very closely. But we love BJ's here.
We do.
So the Biscuit Jesus is what that actually stands for.
Yeah.
Why did they call him that again?
He's a magic guy.
He loves Magic the Gathering, and he does actual magic.
Right. He's a magical BJ.
He is, truly. He is. He was, well, after that statement, it's weird now that I said he was showing my kids magic tricks.
Oh, yeah, he is very good with kids. I will say,
yeah,
like he's very entertaining. He's a character. We love.
My kids really like him.
Yeah,
so.
he's cool. He's one of those you wouldn't
He's
necessarily.
a very eccentric human.
Yes.
It took me like 2 days to be like, do I like this guy? No offense, BJ, we love you, but I was like, this guy is a lot, which is a lot for me to say that about another human.
Which is why he fits in perfect around here.
He does. All right. There is still hope to Bitcoin bulls, according to Peter Brandt.
I wonder with these guys, do they just get one picture and all media outlets have to use the same picture over and over and over and over?
They love this picture of him.
Yeah, that's always the one they use of him. Then there's other ones of like Mark Cuban. There's always one they use of him. And yep, see, there it is again.
There it is. I mean, he's got some other pictures. I mean, that's a terrible picture.
It is. That's what I'm saying. It cracks
He looks like
up.
a doofus, doesn't he?
I'm sure he has other pictures.
Yeah.
I wonder if...
I mean, look at this picture. He doesn't look as bad in this picture. He doesn't look as bad in this picture.
Almost
but the one that they use, he's like, hi, I'm a grandpa. I think I know about Bitcoin. My kids told me about it. So, yeah, I'm sure it is something like that. I'm sure for whatever reason. Well, I bet since it's his social media profile picture, that's probably why they can use it. Does that make sense? Can you use a social media profile picture?
Yeah, makes sense.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So, let's see what he said. In a recent tweet, veteran commodity trader Peter Brandt writes that the menacing head and shoulders pattern, which is born on Bitcoin's 4-hour chart, could end up failing. Now, Carl was talking about this on his channel this morning, how there is a head and shoulders pattern, which usually is a huge rejection. However, at the tail end of that head and shoulders pattern, it becomes a falling wedge, and we know falling wedges are actually quite bullish. But it's got to break above a certain number here. Bitcoin plunged to 58K, its lowest since October 15th. It's down 13.3% from the all-time high. Ominous head and shoulder formation appeared after buyers failed to gain ground above 63K. Current run ends up exhausting itself. Brandt expects a larger congestion pattern to form. He says, head and shoulders tops need not always produce a bear market to the implied target or beyond. The pattern can also fail or morph into a larger congestion, and that's exhausting. I mean, congestion is exhausting. I mean, how many of you guys take heartburn medicine? You ever just been sitting in your recliner and you ate a big, meatball sub or something? You just feel that congestion.
Congestion or heartburn?
I always say that, don't I? I always equate heartburn to congestion, but that's not congestion.
No, it's a little different.
Well, isn't it though, really? I mean, it's your esophagus getting congested.
Is it?
I mean, it's not like medically what we think of with congestion, but if you actually look at the definition of the word, I think it might fit. No?
We'll let you slide on that one.
I mean, congestion. Where's the definition?
Well, type definition.
Nasal. It says nasal congestion, but I need definition. The state of being congested. Dang it.
That doesn't really help.
Well, yeah. Here, look at the sentence. The new bridge should ease congestion in the area. So, yeah, you can talk about bridges. Indigestion is what I always want to say. They said that indigestion is a sign of aging. Well, I had a birthday yesterday, so that's actually true.
So you are aging every day, just like everybody.
It's true. Okay. Friday job breaking 3.2 billion options expiry could kickstart a new rally.
Yeah.
Bitcoin bulls, indigestion is always what I mean there. Bitcoin bulls could be in for $715 million profit if Bitcoin price is above 60,000 ahead of Friday's $3.2 billion options expiry. Currently, investors are displaying mixed feelings about the ETF approval, even though it reached $1 billion in assets under management. Yeah, they're really questioning whether it's going to be successful, even though it got $1 billion put into it. What a bunch of idiots.
48 hours.
Yeah, we got some ETF guests coming in here a little bit later. They are coming, right?
Yeah, they're here.
They're here.
They're in another room.
Typically, these remarks would have little or no impact on a bullish market. Let's see. It'll be a strength test for bears. Bulls are comfortable above 58K. Bulls are comfortable. Can the bears pin Bitcoin below 55,000? Not going to happen. This is not going below 55,000 a day. I can't possibly see that. SEC girl says, go dogs. That's right. We're going to be taking on Florida this weekend. El Salvador bought another 420 Bitcoin as market dips. Do you think that was intentional?
100%.
What is he cutting?
What?
Is he going to build a house or something?
Yeah, probably or some kind of ribbon cutting ceremony.
Why does he have Go Gels on?
Go Gals, really?
Go Gels.
Really?
I think that's maybe Spanish for goggles.
Oh.
It's not. Look, you're giving a peace sign with goggles on. I don't know what this guy's doing. He took again to Twitter, said it was a long wait. We bought the dip. This guy is really something. So anyways, El Salvador bought some more Bitcoin. And then last story with this, Valkyrie filing rejected.
Yeah.
SEC not ready for exotic futures. How about that?
Yeah, because it was leverage.
It was a leverage one.
Mhm.
Okay. So SEC turns down the Valkyrie ambitions of having a leveraged Bitcoin fund. I mean, it just proves they're going to do these futures ones right now. That's all they're going to do. So that's it.
Sipping the coffee.
Okay.
What you drinking today?
Well, this is Throaty Cody.
Throaty
For the
Cody.
throat, yeah. The throat's been doing a lot better lately.
Yeah. Well, never mind.
I haven't lost a voice in a while.
Hmm.
So I know you want to make a joke there.
Yeah, I was gonna leave it.
We've
alone.
been too much lately.
Yeah, that's what
We've
I
been
was
too
thinking.
much.
Gonna rein it in.
Now
a
in our
little bit.
personal lives, it's never enough. It's joke after joke. But
That's right. Our whole lives are a joke.
they really are. We're tag team champions. Hey, we got TJ a Gucci suit. We're gonna look like we're Road Dogg and Jesse James.
Yeah.
DX.
Coming into Vegas in style.
I guess it's
What?
you missed it. It's that was DX back in the day, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, Vegas. And she ordered me another set of Gucci slides. They have tigers on them.
Oh wow.
I have 3 sets now.
Jeez.
I'm only wearing them in Vegas though. Top 10 upcoming NFT drops, according to survey of 500 NFT experts.
It was billionaires.
Billionaires.io is dropping today, is what this is. Overview of the survey results. I guess these are the top upcoming NFT collections, or a rundown of the top 10 NFT collections based on the rating of these analysts. These projects are just gaining momentum and therefore have the potential to yield some impressive ROI in the future. BitColors, Cryptodes, well, that's an interesting name. Cyberkongs, Habbo Avatars, Sneaky Vampires. I mean, I was unaware that there's another kind.
You know, some of them are not sneaky, I guess.
I've never seen a non-sneaky vampire. Maybe some on TikTok. Space Boys, NFT Bubbles, Northern Guilds, Fishbowl Heads, NFTs. I mean, where are we at? Bitcoin Billionaires. Top 10 upcoming collections were ranked. We know what the number 10 is, Bitcoin Billionaires. Let's see what it says about it.
Yeah. Well,
it only lists the top 5.
We do a more in-depth review
Here it
on
is.
NFT update this weekend, but
Oh,
we
we
just
do?
wanted to do a quick mention today because it's dropping today. So that's
Here it is,
the
Bitcoin
website there. Isn't it just billionaires.io?
Yeah, billionaires.io.
Yeah.
And here's the site. I mean, check this out. This looks like Sparkles. Skating rink.
It does.
It looks exactly like Sparkles.
That's funny.
Sparkles is where we used to go when I was younger to pick up the trailer girls.
To skate. Couple skate.
Skate, right. Yeah, a couple skate.
Yeah.
That was where no offense to my skaters, but back then it was where all the trashy girls went with Sparkles when I was like 16, 17. At least here. Other places may be different, but here in Cobb County, Georgia, that's where you would go. They got humans, ethereals, aliens, zombies, legendaries, and goldens. It's pretty interesting. They got airdrops. They got utility with them. You guys can check out the roadmap, stuff like that. So thank you to Bitcoin Billionaires. That was a sponsored segment. Traders bet Ethereum will benefit from ETF boost in 2022. Do not see this happening. Guys, here is the thing when it comes to talking about Ethereum ETFs, okay? The story in 2018, in the early days when we still believed that we were going to be heading back to a bull market. If you go watch my video, I was so dumb back then. You were too, so don't laugh.
Yeah, no.
We were idiots.
Yeah.
We knew nothing about what we were talking about. We were sucked into this just like a lot of you guys are going to be. Where you're going to be, adoption is here. It's never going down, you know. But I remember watching some of my early news videos where I would say things like, listen, you're going to laugh at this, TJ. Somebody sent me a video that I made that was where I hit 100 subscribers. They sent it to me last week, and we talked about it briefly. But one thing I said on that video was, you know, this analyst here says the Bitcoin bull run is going to return. And I said, but I'm going to be honest with you guys. I mean, guys, this could even be up to, I don't know, maybe even 3 months away. I think that was probably like April or May of 2022. Sorry, 2018 it is. So the thing is that, we used to think it was going to come back and it was going to be very quick when the market was going to hit, and it didn't, and it just took forever. What happened is there was this narrative in early 2018, we were getting this ETF, and we talked about it a lot, went all the way through the end of the year, but the price was not bullish. And you will not understand until you go through a full bear market how bearish people are on crypto during that time. It's the mainstream. All the mainstream people turn on you during this time, okay? The sentiment goes down, right now it's through the roof, then it's going to be down through the floor. And so the thing is that talking about an ETF coming in the depths of a bear market, it's probably not going to happen. It's probably not going to happen because all the people that are bullish on the regulation and stuff, they ain't going to be there anymore. They're going to be like, see, told you it was a scam. So I don't see this coming, but I do love the speculation and the hopium that we're getting in Ethereum ETF. But, I definitely think that this is not something that's going to be coming anytime soon, 2022. And, this title really fits the narrative of, the lengthening cycles, and it's going to be bullish next year. Guys, don't buy into that stuff, please. Okay. Ethereum balance on exchanges reaches 2-year low. Now the price of Ethereum is extremely bullish. As it breaks 4,000. We looked at the chart earlier. I don't think there's any doubt we're going to very soon be seeing all-time high for Bitcoin. Okay.
XRP.
Guys, I cannot give you an opinion on something I don't know what it is. Just so you know, when you send super chats and we have no idea what it is, we can't give an opinion on it. Uncle Brian, here's Uncle Brian, says Ripple is faring well in its case against the SEC. How shocking, am I right? Per Armstrong, its case made the SEC realize attacking crypto is politically unpopular. Armstrong doubts that the SEC aims to protect investors because crypto adopters are fighting it. The XRP community wants Coinbase to relist XRP after Armstrong supported Ripple. Has he said anything additional to this? I don't think he has. How about this? You want to talk about shocking news?
Sure.
XRP community requests Coinbase relist XRP. Wow.
Who saw that coming?
I did.
Wow.
I didn't see this coming. Maybe. I am now calling on my Uncle Brian. Uncle Brian, if you want Christmas and Thanksgiving to be good this year and you don't want there to be a lot of drama between us at Grandma's house, then let's go ahead and get this thing back on Coinbase by Thanksgiving. Go ahead and do that. Go ahead and do me a favor. I'd hate to carve the turkey and you're the turkey. Okay.
Ooh.
Me sharpening a knife.
Is that how that goes?
Yeah. So let's see what else we have on this. CFTC and SEC are vying for who's in charge. Where is that story? Am I blind? Do I not see it?
Wait, go back. I think you were just on it. No, the decrypt one, I think.
Oh, it threw me off because it says Tether at the beginning. Tether hit with $41 million fine for lying about dollar reserves. And this is from CFTC here. CFTC today hit Tether with a $41 million fine. It also hit Bitfinex, the sister company, more like a cousin brother. The regulatory body claimed in a release Tether made untrue or misleading statements. And we know what's interesting here is that we don't really have we've had the CFTC in charge of stablecoins, but now this is starting to change. It's very interesting as this is starting to change, as the SEC has now been awarded the regulation. That's official. The SEC will be regulating stablecoins going forward, even though they're clearly not securities. Now, here's an interesting conversation about this. That no one is having, okay? And we'll go much more into depth on this in another video in the future. But once again, speaking with Mr. X today, and he pointed out, there's a difference between what he calls wholesale and retail CBDCs or stablecoins, because CBDCs are going to be stablecoins for the most part. And what does that mean by wholesale? No, it's not like private blockchain like JPM. It's governments. The government CBDCs, the government stablecoins will have different regulation than retail CBDCs, or than retail stablecoins like Tether and USDC and Paxos. They're going to be governed by different rules. Can you believe there's going to be different rules for the government?
Wait, so they're going to make rules that don't apply to them? Shocker.
Unbelievable, isn't it?
Yeah.
So definitely something to watch out for as the development of that is moving forward. We're going to get a lot more news about CBDCs coming up in the near future, but it will actually be a few different several years before a lot of these CBDCs do roll out. Now, I do want to go back to Brian Armstrong real quick and talking about XRP. Just so you guys know, a lot of people asked me about Jeremy Hogan. Said Jeremy Hogan was trying to reach out to me on Twitter, and he was, he wanted to come on the show, want us to do a video together, and I didn't know that was going on. So I went and checked my Tweetersverse, and I found where he had sent me a message. I sent him a message back. I told him to email me because I don't really check my Twitter DMs, just so you guys know. And so the long and short of it is he said that he had kind of like I don't know, I don't want to say what it was, like kind of an emergency. So he's not able to do a video right now with me, but he's sent my contact info to the attorney, John Deaton, come on the show. So we will be having more XRP content with them soon. And I don't know, maybe one day we should have one of these big XRP YouTubers come on the channel on the live stream.
Sure.
That would be probably pretty good. So,
yeah, we can do that.
We're trying to get a little more involved in the community and things like that. So T Salty said he got baited. Wow. Okay.
He thought Jeremy Hogan was coming on right now. He got really excited.
Oh, he did? Yeah, he had, like I said, I don't want to give the guys, I don't know if other people know what happened, but he had kind of an emergency. So he just said he's actually kind of off social media right now for the exact moment. That'll change probably in the pretty near future. You guys like my flamingo shirt today?
Yeah.
I went to my kid's school for lunch and it's Wear Pink Day.
Oh.
And I went in and my son was like, I'll never wear pink. And I was like, me neither, son. I wouldn't wear pink to this thing. And I looked, I was like, oh, I am. So what a surprise. I forget where I am now. A lot of people want Bearable Bull on here. Is he doxxed?
I have no idea.
We're going to bring a special guest up here in 1 second, but I just want to see if he's doxxed. I don't think he's doxxed.
And
I guess to come on the live stream, he doesn't have to necessarily be doxxed, but.
No.
Or is he? Is he one of these guys? Is that him?
I don't know. Idea.
Here's a lifeboats guy. This guy called me out in a video one time. He'll never come on my channel for sure.
When we do this, don't forget to pull the monitor down.
Take it off this thing.
Yeah, and grab the other mic. Yep. And then you're good to go ahead up there. And get some. I could imagine if you dropped it.
All right, come on on. Come on. Here you go. Yeah, is this what is my good side?
I don't know. You guys both look
left
great.
or right?
And then you can pull that
I'm not a
mic
female. I don't have a good side.
up to you, like close to your face.
Yeah, you want it like so close it feels like weird.
Uncomfortable.
Yeah, uncomfortable.
Yeah.
So, do you want to introduce yourself?
Yeah, I'm Tad Park. I'm the CEO of Volt Equity. We're an ETF shop, and we just launched our 5th ETF today, which is BTCR. It's on the Bitcoin industry with options.
Yeah.
So we're really excited about that launch.
Now, this is the Volt ETF, right? That everybody had been talking about. Now, did the SEC actually approving a futures ETF for Bitcoin? Did that like damper a little wind in your sails? They're like, y'all were popular for like 4 days, right?
Yeah. So it was definitely a little bit of a damper in terms of that because we, for a very short amount of time, were the only exposure to the Bitcoin related space. But then, it did take a while for us to launch. But, despite that, I think I'm really happy about it because futures is different from our ETF. Our ETF actually has an opinion on where Bitcoin is going to go.
Yeah.
Futures is like they have to match this, price of Bitcoin. And they're always like matching, and they never have an opinion. But Volt is more like wanting to be part of the community. We're bullish on Bitcoin. We're bullish on like the direction. And in order to do that, we needed more flexibility and we needed like BTCR specifically to have that kind of exposure.
Now, gosh, there's so many questions I have for you. So many. Did you see me cover the Volt ETF? Did you see things I said about it?
Yeah.
You didn't like it?
That's why they're here.
This guy came to fight me. We're actually going to square up and fight here on. I'm just kidding, Tad. You don't want to fight me.
Definitely want to correct some misconceptions.
Okay.
But hey, I don't blame you.
We were going with the information was out there, right?
Yeah. When you look at it and you're just like, oh, they're going to hold MicroStrategy, Mara, all this stuff. It's like, isn't this just another thematic ETF? But that's not who we are, and we don't blame people if they don't like really understand Volt right now. But I think that we are bullish, and that's why we have like some crazy stuff in there, which is options.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like, people criticize certain way of investing. Like, you might think, well, why would you hold alts? Because, like you'd lose money like 90% of the time.
Yeah.
But I view options the same way. Yeah, you lose money like most of the time, but when it does hit, it just is incredible for the portfolio.
Yeah.
So this is not just a normal portfolio where you just have like a little bit of everything and you just underperform Bitcoin, like that kind of thing. At least there's a potential to outperform. And that's why like we wanted to do an options embedded ETF, which is very rare. And I think, like you and I are more alike than it seems from the prospectus. So which has to be like jam packed with legal language and things like that.
But you're a Bitcoin guy. You're not like a stonks guy.
Well,
you are a stonks guy. He just talks himself. He loves the stonks.
No. Definitely really bullish on crypto.
Yeah.
And I think that the SEC is not going to approve anything that is Ethereum or like anything else.
You agree with me on the ETF not getting approved for a long time?
Yeah, you mean the spot one?
Either one of them, honestly. I don't think they're going to get approved. You think the futures may get approved soon?
Well, I think that the futures is, I think that's here, but then the spot one, it might be pretty soon. Like, we took a look at the GBTC one, and the GBTC application was just amazing.
Yeah.
So
no, you're talking about for Bitcoin or for Ethereum?
Bitcoin.
I'm talking about for Ethereum.
Oh, Ethereum.
Yeah, because you mentioned an Ethereum ETF. Like, I think it's going to be a long time before any Ethereum ETF is approved.
Yeah, no way. Like basically Gensler just told everybody to withdraw their
Dirty Gary, as we call him.
Because everyone had like these futures ones, right? And then they're like, oh, the SEC's open.
Yeah.
And they applied for all these Ethereum ones, and he just said like, get out of here.
Yeah.
Like withdraw all of your applications. Definitely not going to happen anytime soon.
Yeah.
But really hopeful for a Bitcoin spot one. I mean, if they address all of Gensler's comments, it might happen. It's not going to happen this year. No way.
Okay, I agree.
No way it's going to happen this year. Yeah, it was so hard to just get ours through.
Yeah. Well, I have a really hard hitting question for you that a lot of the audience wants to know. Now your hair, it's spiked. Okay, without the spiked hair, like just the top of your head, how tall are you, Tad?
I'm actually pretty similar to this. Like I'm pressing it down right here. Yes, it's only like an inch off, but
you can tell this guy's a negotiator. What's the number, Tad?
5'10".
5'10". Oh, this guy's tall. He's taller than the average American male, which is 5'9", as everyone knows. Just a couple of 5'10" guys sitting up here chatting it up. Okay.
Yeah. There you go. And what's interesting is this is without gel.
Wow.
Like this is nothing. See,
that's powerful.
I can do anything.
Yeah.
And when I was born, I had hair just like sticking out like this.
Oh my gosh!
And then
like the Island Boys.
Yeah, and one of my kids had the same thing, and it's just, hey, it's amazing.
Well, it's great to have a lot of hair. DZ doesn't know about that, but you and I mean, I keep mine a little shorter because I don't want to appear taller than I am. Tad, I got a question for you though that I think is very fascinating about this Volt ETF here. First of all, it's launching today. What is the ticker symbol again? BTCR.
Yes, BTCR.
Okay. Now, how do you feel about because most of the companies that you're invested in through this ETF are Bitcoin centric, mining centric. You got all the ones that have it on their treasury. You got Tesla, you got MicroStrategy, you got Square, Grayscale, right? Or no?
Yeah. We can have Grayscale, but at launch we're not.
No, you don't have it on launch.
Yeah.
But you have a lot of these that have exposure to Bitcoin through their corporation.
Yes.
What is the future of that? Do you see more companies adding Bitcoin to their treasuries? What is the timeline for that? And then kind of on like, can you add additional companies? Well, you said at launch you don't have Grayscale, but it may be in the future. So I guess you can add as you go.
Yeah, up to a limit according to our rules and everything. Yeah. But we are really excited about this. I mean, if we think about it, Bitcoin's currently like over $1 trillion.
Mm-hmm.
And if we think about where we want it to go, if we really wanted to overtake gold, we want it to be 500,000 a coin and everything.
Yeah,
it's not the same approach as like an altcoin where it can easily go from 80 mil to 800 mil.
Yeah,
like this one,
Shiba.
Like Shiba. But you have to have a lot of institutional interest, whether that be companies or like BlackRock, who has like nearly $10 trillion. They have to be okay with it. And we want to be part of that. We want to actually support that industry where when we pick the miners, a lot of the miners are green. These are the things that institutional people are looking for. They
Do is that important to you as a crypto person, or is it more like you just think, I like this guy, I like this guy? You're swimming with the whales, right? That's what's important to the institutions, so that's the direction you're going, right?
Yeah, I mean,
you don't have to tell us you don't believe in climate change. You don't have to tell us that, okay?
Yeah,
we can tell by your face.
Well, I'll just say that's what they want, and I'm supportive of the movement, right?
Okay,
like the institutions, they want to know where the Bitcoin came from. So when I see a dollar bill and I buy a hot dog with it, I don't really care like who used it before. I mean, it's just a dollar bill.
Yeah.
But for institutions, because of all the FUD and that kind of thing, and they're like, we really need to know where it came from.
Yeah.
So what's going on right now is they're trying to figure out like directly from the miner, and it has to be a green miner. They want to get the mined Bitcoin so that they can say, hey, no one else owned this Bitcoin. It was not used for any other purpose. And it's this like special category of Bitcoin.
Yeah, it's not black marked.
So
right?
Exactly. But
they do that. The exchanges can do that to like hack Bitcoin, and the FBI can do it and stuff like that.
Yeah. So I mean that's what's going on right now, behind the scenes, and we want to support that. These miners, I think that there's going to be some, pretty good potential for them. Like as an example, MicroStrategy went up 2,000% in the past year, right?
Yeah.
And Bitcoin only went like what 350 or whatever percent.
Mm-hmm.
So if you had a portfolio and you were like 20% MicroStrategy, 20% Marathon Digital Holdings, right? And they went up 2,000%.
And that's the mining company.
The mining company,
right.
yeah. And 80% cash, you would outperform 100% Bitcoin position. So we're kind of viewing this as like, hey, these are kind of like alts. Like if we're
that's what I was in here thinking. I was like, this is kind of the alt investing strategy of institutions.
Where we want to be like really aggressive. Like normally people are saying like, you're crazy. You're not supposed to hold this few holdings. You're not supposed to concentrate on like you're putting options on it too. It's like normally we're kind of breaking all the rules.
Yeah.
And I think it's because we want to make a lot of these bets and hoping that one of the bets hit.
Yeah.
So we definitely want to be different, and because we are different, and we think that it's more true to our form of the style of investing that we want.
Yeah. I like it. Okay, last question I want to ask you. I'm not 5'2". They're very bearish on my height. They think we're lying. They think we're both 5'2". That's not true. Did y'all see my wife? She's 3'8". She was here yesterday. But in all seriousness, though, last question I have for you. We'll end with that, TJ. But what do you think the advantage to investing in your ETF is? Like during the bear market, do you think, because one thing I read about your ETF is that it was able to gain exposure to Bitcoin in a loose way, but not the extreme volatility to the downside. So in my mind, I read that and was like, oh, this might be something I would invest in the bear market. What are your thoughts on that?
Yeah. So we have options for the bull market, but we also have, puts and different things. Like basically, we can be really, really into these Bitcoin exposed companies. But if we think that the bear market is coming, then we might have more and more of these other companies like Tesla and Square that are kind of, they're more tech related.
Scams. Oh, sorry.
Definitely not 100% crypto, but that will help like maybe soften the blow, we hope.
Yeah.
So we're able to do that because we're not tracking Bitcoin. The futures ETFs cannot do that. They have to like just eat it. But for us, we can look at stock to flow. We can look at Plan B stock to flow and like say, hey, you guys believe in stock to flow. We kind of believe in stock to flow as well. If it looks really overbought, everybody else has their hands tied, but we will kind of, adjust.
Yeah.
Bitcoin is a cyclical thing. I mean, a lot of cryptos are cyclical. So if that's what's best to manage the crypto, then, why wouldn't we do that in an actively managed fund? So we want to provide that. We don't see that much of this out in the markets. Like people don't actually have an opinion. They just track the price and they never change the holdings. But we want to say, hey, like I personally invest in crypto. This is what I've been doing, and I want to like have that in an ETF box.
Yeah, TJ, you think we should invest in an ETF like this?
Possibly at some point.
What would be cool would be to put money into this, because I hate all the other oones. If we put some money into this, and that would help us to try to track how it's doing, and then like that'll give us a better understanding of how these ETFs work financially.
Yeah,
it's actually a pretty good strategy. Maybe
put
$100K or something in.
And it's a fast way to get exposure to you know, a lot of Bitcoin related companies
Yeah.
real quickly, which is like he was mentioning at the earlier in the show. If you go back and track historically, Bitcoin companies' growth rate and rate of return far exceeds the return of Bitcoin over many different time frames. Like I heard a talk from Bank to the Future about similar stuff, like investing in Kraken
Bank to
early
the
on
Future.
and things like that.
Is that still alive?
Yeah.
Bank to the Future it is.
Mhm.
Okay. You know what's interesting? People don't know this. You know, one of the only assets that has outgained Bitcoin and crypto over 2021 and maybe it was just 2020 was actually two gaming ETFs.
Mm-hmm.
ETFs actually outperformed crypto, but they were gaming ETFs. So I don't know if they had options built in as well, probably. So we got the last question for you. We have one last question that the audience is just dying to know.
Yeah.
What kind of car do you drive? They say you're a Prius guy. He's not a Prius guy. He just told you he doesn't believe in climate change. He didn't say that. He didn't say that. Sorry, he didn't say that.
You heard a lot of Tesla also.
So
Better not be.
Yeah, but I actually do drive a Tesla.
Oh God!
You
Get him
called
off!
it.
Get him off!
You called
Get him
it.
out of here! Get him out of here! My gosh! What kind is it?
It's a Model Y.
Okay, that means nothing to me. I don't know any of the models.
Hey, but you know, Elon Musk holds $1 billion in Bitcoin. He's supporting the industry, so we're trying to do our part, right?
Well, that's great. You know, Carlos Matos had a lot of BitConnect. So, so all right. Now, just tell us where do people find more about Volt Equity, and we'll show their website. I guess you guys have a website, right?
Yeah. You can find out more at voltequity.com, and if you go to voltfunds.com/ETF/BTCR, you can find out more about BTCR.
Yep.
But yeah, we post our research and we actually study things. It's not just like miners. We don't just randomly look at miners. We actually look at, okay, which miners are doing it efficiently and doing it cheaply, and you know,
which
doing all
ones
that
will the
stuff.
institutions love?
Yeah, but it's not only that. We think that it's a better investment. If everyone's pouring into a miner but they don't have any hash rate, then why are people investing in that? Why wouldn't you invest in the bit farms that can get it for $8,000 or $9,000 for a Bitcoin, while Bitcoin is currently, you know, near 60,000? Then you might as well get that miner as opposed to some other miner that's getting it at 50,000. You know?
Yeah.
So we do all that like boring like research work and stuff, and that reflects in the ETF. So we want to make an easy way for people to access a lot of that.
Wait, so you're saying the more research people do, the better equipped they are to invest? I don't get this guy off. I can't listen to this guy. Well, Tad, thank you so much for coming on. This has been very interesting.
Yeah.
And I think maybe we
pleasure.
do invest in this. I like this guy.
Yeah. What's the?
But they did say we need to screen our guests better, because obviously, do you drive a Tesla needs to be one of the questions.
What's the minimum investment for the ETF?
It's just one share, so there's no minimum investment.
Well, what's the share launching at?
It's at 21 because 21 million Bitcoin.
I love it.
Yeah,
that's cool.
Awesome, sweet. All right, love it, man. Well, thank you for coming on. Appreciate it.
Yeah.
Great.
All right, we'll shake again. I don't know why. Thanks.
And just so everybody knows, I've pinned the link in the chat description, and it's also in the description down below. You can link to voltequity.com for all their information, and he also mentioned voltfunds.com. So both of those are in the description below. So
okay, so what is it again?
Volt Equity.
Volt Equity.
.com.
Yeah, I want to pull it up here. So here it is, Volt Equity. Very interesting. Tech strategy meets high conviction investing. Did you guys think that was interesting? I thought that was super interesting.
Yeah, I thought it was cool.
Yummy noodles. He put it in there 4 times for you guys. So, but I think that is interesting. I think the more we get exposure ourselves personally to some things like this, may help us to kind of understand a little bit better, because we can talk about these ETFs, but if you're not, it's kind of like Bitcoin, right? You can talk about Bitcoin to other people, but if you don't actually, if you don't actually have an exposure to it, then you're not following it as closely. You guys know how it is checking your portfolio. So, all right, so here we go. We'll move on. Coinbase becomes the most popular iPhone app. This is very interesting. Overtaking TikTok. We didn't talk about the Disney NFT today, did we?
No, I don't think so. Unless it's
they were saying it's launching on Ecomi. It's an actual from Disney.
Wow,
they are doing an NFT.
That's huge.
Yeah, so I'll pull that story up right after this one. Can you tick down the time here?
Yeah.
So Coinbase becomes the most popular iPhone app, overtaking TikTok. Coinbase has topped the Apple App Store. Coinbase, is
a top.
Is a top. That's pretty funny. But this might not be good for bulls. They're probably going to say it's a top signal.
Can you scoot half an inch to the left? My left, your right. There you go.
There we go.
Well, good enough.
Well, I'm dead square in the
yeah,
middle.
You're actually, looks great.
Yeah. Well, of course I look great. I'm on the screen. Coinbase has climbed to the top of the App Store. It's currently above TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, and other popular apps. Don't tell me TikTok's not relevant. Do not tell me TikTok is not relevant. For people have been saying that for years, y'all are idiots. The meme crypto recently, the meme crypto talking about Shib hit another all-time high. Coinbase capitalized on the rally by adding the Shib ticker to the name of its app. Look at that. Coinbase, trade Bitcoin, ETH, and Shib.
Wow.
This is the new Bitcoin, guys. Shiba is the new Bitcoin. Guys, we're going to have, countries adopting Shiba.
Oh, God.
I mean, plenty of people in America have adopted Shibas.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, you can get them at the pet store, I believe.
That's some SEO stuffing right there for sure.
Yep, absolutely. Let's see, Shiba Inu's trading volume reached $5.1 billion on the exchange, about 5 times higher than that of Bitcoin and Ether. This is not the first time that Coinbase has become the most popular app.
Yeah.
The exchange took the #1 spot in early May when Dogecoin mania was in full. So I mean, it's sad it takes us meme coins to get this stuff to the top.
It is.
Also came just weeks after the exchange went public. It's worth noting that Coinbase became a top app right on the cusp of a major market crash. I think this is more an indication of a major Shiba crash.
Mm-hmm.
Because Bitcoin is not, this is purely on, the back of Shiba. And look, that's not to say that Shiba's, whatever. You guys know my thoughts. I made them very clear. But we looked at on the chart earlier in the show, every time it hits a new all-time high, it has a dramatic drop after that. So,
and that's another thing people forget after these huge pumps. Everybody likes to talk about, huge percentage returns and all that. There's the story going around about a wallet with $8,000 of Shib in it that's now worth $5.2 billion. But there's nowhere in those stories do they say you can't actually cash out that $5.2 billion because there's not enough liquidity to sell all that. Yeah. It would crash it to zero. So people forget there's another side to that coin when those crazy returns. So keep that in mind.
Well, Coinbase gives it some liquidity.
Oh yeah, for sure. Just not $5 billion worth.
Well, the one guy's got almost $10 billion now.
Right.
When the price at all-time high.
And
$10 billion out of like a $35 billion supply.
And he'll have
one
to.
guy.
Yeah, exactly.
Mr. X says he knows who it is. He knows who owns it, but he won't tell. I probably don't know who the person is. It's probably one of the, you guys don't realize this. Like the richest people in the world, they're not on the list.
Yeah. You have no idea who they are.
I'll tell you this. Elon Musk is not the richest man in the world.
No.
Not at all. He's actually not even close.
Right.
But you don't see that stuff. My Volt Equity people back there are probably like, what kind of conspiracy Alex Jones crap am I? or either they're like, oh, he knows too much. One or the other. I don't know which.
Yeah.
Disney to launch NFT digital collectibles with Vivi. Now, Vivi is an app that works with Ecomi. Is Vivi owned by Ecomi?
Let's find out.
I'm not exactly 100% sure, but Vivi and Ecomi are tied at the hip for sure.
Crunchbase.
Yeah,
never mind.
Today, Vivi announced that Disney will offer non-fungible tokens of its characters as part of a promotion for its streaming video channel Disney Plus. Not just Disney characters, but also Marvel, Pixar, Star Wars, and others. We all think of these are all Disney. Let's be honest. The specific characters that will be offered has not yet been revealed. NFTs will be golden moments, which feature golden statues of the characters as digital collectibles. Now, I'll say this: I think this is going to be a gigantic success. We know Ecomi and Vivi, are very apparent. They're very close. Some people are saying they are actually, they are actually owned by Ecomi. I think yes, Ecomi owns Vivi. That's right. Ecomi, a project we talked about earlier in the year. Mm-hmm. It's done very well. It definitely had a large dip there in the middle. But here's what's interesting. TikTok tried to launch something similar, okay? Moments, TikTok moments, they call them. These are going to be called golden moments. You know why this one will succeed? Because they're using a platform that works, and they're using people that know what they're talking about. And the best companies in the world do that. The best companies in the world don't try to do everything themselves. They bring in experts from wherever they're going to work, whoever they're going to work with, and let those people handle it. I'm sure that's what's going on here. I think because of the animation kind of creative crossover of Disney, I think there probably is people that are ahead of the curve on NFTs working for Disney, but they're not trying to launch it on their own platform.
Right.
They're doing it through Vivi with Ecomi. So this would be successful. TikTok, on the other hand, tried to do like their own thing, and it was a massive disaster, and they never even put out the NFTs. Yep. And this is a lesson. This is what we hear at BitBoy Crypto. We actually have an NFT department. We launch NFTs for people. We've done a lot of our own successful ones. And if you're interested in launching your own NFTs and you're a company, we would like to help you with that. That's a service we're going to be offering. NFTs is a service, something we'll be offering. So, You got to do it the right way. You can't just, fly off at the hip. I know there was, supposed to be like a sports crossover with Bleacher Report was trying to do some NFTs, and that turned into a gigantic disaster. Why? Do you want to use Bleacher Report to launch your NFTs?
No.
How stupid can these people get? So who knows? All right. So here we go. Shiba Inu generates 1 million tweets as price keeps hitting fresh highs. Well, where were these tweets at, you think?
Probably on Twitter.
On Twitter. Yeah, these tweets were on Twitter. That's the tweet. The tweet is on Twitter. More than 1 million tweets have been shared about Shiba Inu. Meme crypto Shiba has accumulated over 1 million tweets within just one day. What a tweets in a day.
Sounds like some
CNN
bots.
covered it. Well, hold on a second. Here. What?
Nothing.
You know what I'm going to say?
Probably.
Now, can you pull this tweet up from CNN? This is very interesting because I think this is actually real. I think this is actually a fact. This is not. Does CNN do anything other than fake news? I thought they only did fake news. I didn't actually know. Did you know CNN actually, which I don't know, possibly my future sister-in-law works there, so I got to be careful what I say. But the thing here is that did you know that for the first time in, I don't know when it last crossed this threshold, in a long, long time, no shows on CNN have gotten over 1 million viewers in the last month.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Sorry. Did you know Anderson Cooper's at Vanderbilt? Did you know that?
I knew he had connections. I wouldn't have been able to pull that off the top of my head, but I knew he had family lineage.
A lot of those families are way more powerful than you think they are. Obviously that's one of them, the Vanderbilts. But great university for losing college football games. But a great university for giving us Dansby Swanson, even though he did make an error last night. Crypto became the talk of the town after it achieved the unthinkable by topping the market cap of Dogecoin. Elon Musk touted meme coin that's been around since 2013. Shiba Inu has scored a bevy of viral and semi-viral moments over the past 24 hours. A tweet published by business newsletter Morning Brew about a Shib buyer turning 8,000 and 5.7 billion has accrued 32,600 likes at the time of this writing. According to CoinGecko, Shiba Inu was the third most traded crypto on October 27th. That's what I got for my birthday. For my birthday, I got a Shiba pump. I didn't even own a lick of Shiba. A lick of Shiba, because Shiba's lick, Shiba Inu's.
Mm-hmm. Shiba Inu's lick.
That's actually a frog, actually. That lick. Okay. Coin is currently experiencing extreme volatility, plunging by over 30%. Coinbase temporarily went dark on Wednesday. It did go down yesterday. I had a lot of reports of that in the chat, which allegedly caused by strong demand coming from Shiba Inu buyers. When will Bitcoin crash Coinbase again? I don't think it ever will again. You think? I mean, do you think when Bitcoin is hitting $100,000 that people will rush in to buy it? I mean, I guess they will, but it just doesn't make any sense.
They will. And I would hope it doesn't crash it. Like, I would hope they're set up to handle it at this point. But, I think retail will still come in by the top for sure.
What was that in the basement? Can you go up a little bit? If Ben starts referring to us as the Shib squad, I'll be forced to stop watching the streams. No threat of that. Super cool, Chuck. Well, I guess that's it for today. I mean, we covered the story. This was the last story of the day. Oh, no, here's another one. Shiba is not only bigger than Dogecoin, it's now bigger than XRP, Polkadot, and USD coin. Now, it's not now. It was at the peak. Right now, XRP and Solana. Oh, wow, Solana's way ahead of XRP right now. I mean, that makes sense. I had a huge pump. But Dogecoin temporarily passed XRP. It's not that far behind, $8 billion. Well, that's Dogecoin. Shiba passed it, which is at 39. So now it's interesting because now the gap is no longer the top 10. Now the really big gap is between 11 and 12. Because you guys can see here, the gap to get into the top 10 was really high. I can't believe it actually got up there.
Well, if you pull stable coins out, though, it's still pretty much that 10th, 11th spot.
Oh, it'd be the 9th spot to pull the stable coins out. Because you'd have to pull out Tether and USDC. Tether's number 4, USDC. That would put Uniswap up in the top 10. But we can't do it. We can't just remove coins.
Well, it'd put it 11th, right? If you pulled Tether out.
What?
It would put Uniswap number 11. No?
Oh, yeah, you're right. Oh, I see what you're saying. Wait.
Because
USDC coin is number 11. That's
right.
why. Yeah, you're right. So it's only one we're pulling out of the top 10, not 2.
Right.
So yeah, that makes sense. But so yeah, if you remove those, it's still, we would have this really big gap of $39 billion. So, so anyways, I've always thought that's fascinating how big that gap is.
It is.
I mean, it's like 50%,
Got to mind the gap.
100%, depending on how you look at it. You say something about a thigh gap?
No.
You have one, TJ?
I said mind the gap.
I mean, people love thigh gaps.
Yeah.
You don't have one, or you do?
You're
very thin.
I am very.
Can you show us the thigh
My
gap?
thigh gap? No.
Oh, you can't.
No.
You're not wearing your
sitting-
special leg day underwear.
No, I'm sitting down behind the desk.
We
There's no
do have
camera
special
under the
leg day
desk.
underwear.
We do. We
do.
have.
I can't find
compression-
mine.
Compression.
Did I
pants.
leave it at your house?
Probably. Probably under the bed.
Probably so.
All right.
You kicked it under there, or okay?
You know.
All right,
stuff
guys.
happens.
That's all we got. A lot of people are asking about Veracity today. I don't know why they're showing VRA in the chat. Veracity gaming coin. We've talked about Veracity before. Done a couple videos with them. Good project. Haven't looked at it lately. I'll just double check it here. I mean, Veracity is one I don't mind taking a look at real quick before we get off the stream.
A lot of people like Blocktopia.
I don't
also.
usually like when you guys are showing stuff in the chat, but Veracity is a legit project. 161. Blocktopia, Metaverse, we're involved in that. We like Blocktopia. We've said, I don't know how many times you want me to say it, that we like Blocktopia. Veracity right now coming in 161 overall. Let's look at the chart here year to date. What's it doing right now? Oh, look at that. Wow.
No wonder they're excited.
Wow, it's 8 cents. Yeah, that's a big pump for Veracity. So good for Veracity. I don't think we own any right now, but good job, VRA. We're proud of you. And that's not me running game.
All right.
It's a gaming.
Yeah.
What's today? Wednesday?
Wednesday.
No
Thursday.
New Money Gang live stream today.
Thursday.
It's Thursday.
Yeah.
Still no. It's Friday.
Yep. Tuesday and
Oh,
Friday.
I'll be out tomorrow, guys. I'll be at a charity golf
yeah.
tournament with the Blake House, a nonprofit recovery center for men with drug addiction. So we'll be there doing that. We're the head sponsor of it. It's in Villa Rica, Georgia, but it's sold out. So all the teams got sold out. So good news for that.
Boom.
Even if it rains, I don't know. Maybe I'll just take the day off if they don't have the tournament. But and then Monday I will be gone. I'll be speaking at my kids' school. I'll be speaking to their high school students about entrepreneurship and marketing and stuff like that. So I'll be out 2 live streams in a row, back on Tuesday, and then who knows? We got to see what's going on with the World Series to determine what's going on next week. But I'll let you guys know. That's all I got. Thank you for our guests to come in on Volt Equity. Be blessed. Wow.